Hi everybody, it's Bas here from Carp Specialist, and thank you very much for watching a new Carpy Cast episode. It's the 14th episode and it's the 18th of August, and we've got plenty of news, new videos, new lakes and huge carp up to 60 English pounds. So let's kick off straight away. As you know, it's still quite dry. We're filming here in the near to the Dutch rivers, and this river here behind me is just run nearly empty, and unfortunately we see a lot of dead fish. Touch wood, but at the moment things are still looking good at our venues. The lake owners are working very hard to ensure the water levels are as high as we can get them, and there's plenty of oxygen in the water with pumps, etc., to make sure that the fish are doing fine, and they're feeding quite well over the last weeks. We start off at CarpInsula, where we had our English guest, and you all know him, Carl, from Carl and Alex. We had him over with a group of friends, and he had a lovely time at the CarpInsula estate. They fished a lot of the small pools around the estate and managed to catch a lot of fish, carp, catfish, sturgeon, so they really had a blast, and the video is well worth to take a look at. We also had the guys from Underfishing coming over to shoot a video. It's a Dutch spoken video, but their underwater footage is stunning, so well worth it even if you don't speak Dutch. Last but not least, well, maybe least, it's my own video that I shot together with my 5-year-old son. I went the nights fishing with him at Frenzy Pool, the new lake at the CarpInsula estate. We only managed to catch one carp, but we enjoyed it very much. Also, this video is Dutch spoken, but I hope you like it. At the Karperhoeve, here's a photobomb of some of the juniors we had coming over last week. The Carp College, a Belgium organization, organizes junior camps on quite some of our venues. And this time they were at the Karperhoeve, and they really had a great time, and it's such a pleasure to see young anglers enjoying their hobby so much. Also at Grand Prix, we had juniors coming over with the VBK, the Belgium Carp Society, and they went to Grand Prix with a bunch of juniors and some very skilled anglers to teach them all about carp fishing. And as you can see in the photos, they also had a great time and they catch many big fish. At High Mill Lake, big fish were caught as well. We had Kristof coming over with his son. They caught 26 carp, of which 6 over 20 kilos, and the biggest one was 23.5 kilos, a common carp. The average weight was 16.5 kilos, and I think that's nearly 40 English pounds. The fish are very strong, and it was a great week for them. And with the average weight high like this in the summer months, you can imagine what a big fish venue this is. For example, in the start of the season or in the end of the season, when the fish are really at their biggest weights. Also, we had Bart coming over for a fishing holiday, and in a very hot week he also managed to catch 21 carp, and he really loved the place. He loved the English owners, Andy and Tracy. Great facilities, great surroundings as well, and he had plenty of big fish as well, as you can see on the photos. At Dragon Island we also had big fish coming out. Case and Kevin fished the lake a couple of times already, and with very much heat this time they worked hard and managed to catch 6 carp up to 20 kilos. It was really hot, they enjoyed it very much. Also last week we had our colleagues Jeroen, Marion, together with her husband Ed, and Toby coming over for a group session. They had some stunning fish to, I think, 60 English pounds, and the video will be online shortly, so please keep an eye on that. If you follow our YouTube channel and subscribe, you can see the video coming in. It's well worth the recommendation. The owner, Horst, is German, and the bailiff on site is Lenny. He's English, and he'll be very happy to welcome you. So, sorry for the interruption. The battery of the microphone ran empty, so we had to change, and I hope you can understand me now. We continue at the Le Grand Étang, also clear and weedy. We had a weed treatment a couple of weeks ago, and we cross our fingers that it will work and we'll see some results in the next few weeks. It's also scorching hot there, but owner Lucy sent us some photos over. The anglers that are fishing Le Grand Étang are skilled anglers and know how to fish in the weeds and in the clear water, and they managed to catch some fish despite the heat. So if you fancy a good challenge and one of the most scaly carp you can find in France, then Le Grand Étang is the place to go to. At Étang de Galois we had some great news as well. One of the big fish were caught, 34.4 kilos, the well-known carp Onkas. was caught, and he did. That was a lovely fish, and great to see him at 34.4 kilos summer weight. That will mean that we definitely touch the 37-38 kilo mark, maybe even in the autumn or in the next early spring. We might have an 80 English pounder. So that's great news. Joost and his friends caught this fish from swims 14, 15 and 16, and in total they had 61 carp, including the big fish unkas at 34.4, but also a 27 kilo mirror carp. So great fishing for them. At Carp Farm in the Netherlands we had some good fishing as well, with the biggest fish being this week 21.7 kilos. And as you can see on the photos, quite some scaly fish as well. Fish are doing great as it's a very deep lake. Then there's not so much problems with the heat, and still fish being caught at the zig or between 5 and 7 meters at the slopes of the lake. So doing very well. The Carp Farm pellets, the fish really love them, and hard hook baits are really a recommendation at this time of year. We had some great videos as well. Marvin sent us over some drone shots, and Colin, together with his son, made a great video as well. It's Dutch spoken, but it's well worth a recommendation. I will include somewhere here the link for you so you can have a look. At Châtelin we have had Sandra and a boyfriend coming over for a week of fishing and holiday, and as you can see in their photos, they really enjoyed the time. And as you can see, it's more than just fishing only. They really like the accommodations, the beautiful setting there in the forest, and of course the privacy you have on site. And the service on site from the family Gnodde is really, really nice. We continue at Het Broek in the Netherlands. We had Jordi and Yvonne coming over for fishing for a weekend. They caught 10 fish, including a pike, 3 grass carp, and 6 carp, of which one of the carp was 20 kilo plus. So also a 45 English pounder caught at Het Broek. Dick Vergemert, Dick and Ada, a very lovely couple, fishes quite a lot at our venues, also regularly at Etang de Mont. They fished Mont in the summer now for 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks he caught 49 carp, and the biggest was 19 kilos. And the average weight was around 11 kilos. It was a bit lower average weight and big fish than he had in previous weeks, previous years on Etang de Mont, but he really enjoyed his time at Etang de Mont. And we finished this Carpy Cast at Villedom. We had Stefan, the bailiff, sending us over a lot of beautiful photos and some great catches as well. Swim 19 had over 50 carp, and a group of anglers who started in the shallow part and later on moved during the week to the deeper part, they caught over 30 carp. And the temperatures were 35 degrees Celsius plus, so it was hard work. A lot of PBs were broken. Biggest fish this week was 27.2 kilos, and there were plenty of 20 and 25 other kilos were caught as well, as you can see in the photos. So if you fancy big fish in France, then Villedom is really a place to take a look at. Stefan is a great bailiff on site. He'll be very happy to help you wherever he can, and he can speak English quite well. So thank you very much for watching this new Carpy Cast episode, and we hope to see you next week. Bye bye!